What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. This is my first upload in 2 years. I've never made a Halo video, so you're gonna have to cut me a little bit of slack, but I just love this game so much that I thought I need to help out some beginner players here, because I was a beginner a year ago and there was a lot of things that they just don't tell you about Halo and you have to learn the hard way. So this video is kind of going to tell you a lot of those things. So if you learn anything new, a like would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Leave a comment what you think about it. It's going to help me with the algorithm a lot. I'm on the road to 3,000 subscribers, so would greatly appreciate those two things if you do end up enjoying this video. But without further ado, let's get right into the tips. Alright, tip number one, we're talking about the radar. Have you seen that thing at the bottom left? It's not a UAV. This is not Call of Duty. It's a radar. It's always on. 25-meter radius, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Happy to be corrected. And if you're walking, if you're running, if you're shooting, if you're jumping, you are appearing on that radar. And that's important because you're either not looking at it enough because people are coming up on it, and you're probably thinking, how did he know where I was? He's looking at the radar. That's how he knows. I know this is like such a basic tip and a lot of you probably know this, but also another little mini tip inside of it is crouching and staying still, like standing still, keeps you off the radar. So if you engage in a gunfight and they've shot you a bit, you duck behind cover, crouch, stand still, they're not going to know exactly where you are, which is going to give you a little bit of an edge to potentially win that gunfight in the end. Tip number two, grenades. They're just as important as your gun. I'm telling you, if you're not using grenades, which I didn't do at the start of my Halo career, you are missing out and you are losing way more gunfights than you should be, because these things are just as important as the weapon itself. So important. How do they work? Well, it's based on when they bounce. I believe they get 2 bounces, maybe 3, but it's kind of hard to tell because it happens so fast. So you throw it at a wall and then it hits the ground, explodes. So essentially this is really useful for starting and finishing gunfights and just throwing it directly at the ground, because it's going to explode very close to an enemy who's close to you or a little bit far from you. In this Halo, you throw the grenades way quicker than any other Halo, which is quite important because it means you can get them out quicker and you can have lots more opportunities for finishing people from behind the grave, beyond the grave, which is when you're dead, but you've thrown the grenade just in time to kill them. So if you're going to die, just get the grenade out. If you know you're going to die, throw the grenade at the floor, hit the wall, do something with that grenade, and it's just going to give you way more killing opportunities and you're going to just get instantly better at the game. Another thing is when players die who haven't used grenades, they will drop grenades. So run over their dead body, refill your grenades with the ones that they didn't use. If they use a grenade, then there's only 1. If they didn't use any grenades, then there's 2 grenades on the ground. Just keep in mind that grenades are so important in Halo. This is not Call of Duty, it's a whole different game. Grenades, super important. The next really important tip is just as important as your gun and grenades, and that is the melee. You'll probably get meleeed all the time in this game. You see it half the time in the kill feed. I reckon like 40% of kills in this game are melee kills, and I did not do it near enough in any other Halo game. And once I figured out how useful and important this is to core gameplay, it bumps up your kills. It does. It's like when you start using grenades, you just get better and better by doing more melees. The reason it's so important is because of these close quarter combat and the long time to kill. It means there's more opportunities for people to get close. So if you put like 1 or 2 bursts into someone, melee, they're dead. If you do a melee straight away without shooting, depending on the scenario, you either go back in for another melee or you can shoot them. It just depends what type of gun you're using and how good the other player is. Like, it's kind of 50-50, because usually you want to shoot first then melee to finish. You don't want to go in with the melee first, so keep that in mind. Shoot first then melee. Massive tip though, just as important as the grenades and your gun. Alright, tip number 3 is the shield system. You need to get your head around how the shield system works if you want to get better at this game and win more gunfights. So I'm about to tell you how it works, because I had no idea when I first started playing Halo, and there's a good chance that you don't know either. Drop a like if you learned something new today. Just drop a like. Okay, shield system, same amount of damage wherever you shoot someone. You shoot someone 10 times in the foot or 10 times in the head, same amount of damage. Doesn't matter. But once you break the shields, which you'll be able to tell because kind of like pulses or the electricity starts showing on their body, kind of tells you that the shields are broken. That's when you go for the head, and that's when you're going to win more gunfights. This is how you get a perfect kill with a battle rifle or any other type of gun is if you do the exact, if you hit all your shots that you've shot on the, just anywhere on the body, and then you hit the headshot at the end, that's how you get the perfect kill. So keep that in mind. It comes up as a little medal. You might not have seen it because you might not have got one yet, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, to take away from that, shoot them anywhere when they've got shields, but when they don't have shields and the shields are broken, aim for the head. Really useful with the assault rifle. I think it only takes 1 or 2 shots to the head at the end, which is way better than any other Halo game before. The assault rifle's pretty much been useless. This is why the battle rifle is so good, because you can break the shield and hit the head in the last burst, I'm pretty sure, which makes it a 4 burst, pretty sure. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, because you know I'm only a mid-tier player. I'm no goat at this game or anything, so keep that in mind. While we're talking about shields, we'll get into some of the weapons and the plasma versus the bullet weapons. So plasma weapons are way better at destroying shields, not way better, but they're just generally better at breaking shields than bullet weapons. So if you have both on you, you can break the shields with the plasma weapon first and then switch to the bullet weapon and kill them like that a little bit quicker. Great example of this is called the noob combo. You might have heard of it, you probably haven't if you're an absolute beginner. The noob combo is where you use the plasma pistol. You know that little plasma pistol that you probably never use? I'm about to tell you how that works and why it's actually good. Oh no, you blow your mind. Plasma pistol, you hold down the trigger, you charge it up, and then you walk around a bit. You fire it, it's got a little bit of tracking, a little bit of aimbot, aim assist, so if you miss them a little bit, or then move a little bit, you know, because it's a projectile bullet. It's not a hit scan, it's a projectile, right? So for example, if you shot straight and someone moved, usually you'd miss. But with this weapon, if you shoot straight and it's tracked onto them, you can still hit them with it. Same thing with the needler, but we're talking about the plasma pistol at the moment. This is something that you might or might not know. Let me know in the comments below if you learned something new up a light. So, you hold down the weapon, you shoot the massive plasma bullet, you break the shields. That breaks the shields completely. You switch to the pistol, and then that's pretty much like 1 or 2 shots to kill, and it's a really quick kill. It's one of the quickest ways to kill someone in the game besides one-shot weapons like the sniper rifle. Using the sniper rifle, it's a 1 shot to the head, it breaks the shields and the health, so use the sniper rifle like that. The shock weapon also does the same. The shock rifle, I'm pretty sure, does the same thing, otherwise it's 2 shots. The skewer is a projectile bullet weapon, it's not plasma, and if you hit them anywhere with that, then that's a 1-shot kill. I'm just going to keep going through the weapons just to teach you a little bit about them while we're on this topic. Battle rifle, super good. Anytime you see the battle rifle, pick it up. It's pretty much the best weapon, best non-power weapon in the game, I guess. Talking about the power weapons, rocket launcher, everyone's trying to get that on the map. If you control the rocket launcher, you know, that's what people run to at the start of the game. That's what a lot of the first battle is about, is the rocket launcher or whatever power weapon. Maybe the sniper is in the middle of the map. You run to that. That's what you want to get. Because if you shoot that at the ground, people are going to just die. You can get quad feed, like tons of good stuff with that. The other power weapons, like the cinder shot, I think there's one other one that looks like the assault rifle. For beginners, I wouldn't really suggest them. They're pretty hard to use, to be honest, and they're not one-hit kills most of the time, so stay away from them. Needler, I'll talk about that a little bit. Essentially, kind of has that aimbot feature as well, where it tracks onto enemies. If you hit a certain amount of them, probably like 20, I don't know exactly, to be honest, I'm only a beginner like you guys, then it explodes and kills them, can kill a couple people if they're close to someone. Okay, I think that's probably enough for the weapons. Just quickly, the pulse carbine, like if you can get good for that pulse carbine, it's a medium range weapon, then you can tank people's shields, but honestly it's not that good at the moment. The shotgun, the bulldog, pretty good, 2 or 3 shots to kill, pretty good. Suggest picking that up. Heat wave, no, not good enough at the moment, I don't think. Maybe if you put it in the vertical mode and can get good at that, but I don't think it's that good at the moment. Okay, next tip, gunfights. You're losing them. Yep, why are you losing them? You don't know. Well, it happened to me at the start of my Halo career as well. I just could not figure out why I'm losing so many gunfights. I'm tanking you, I'm hitting all my shots. How come I keep dying? A couple of reasons this could be. a little bit of a confidence thing. When you get towards the end of your magazine, you panic, right? You're like, man, I've shot so many bullets at this person, what's going on? Maybe you switch weapon, maybe you jump, maybe you just do something different. Don't do that. Try and finish them off with the last bullets in your weapon. Try and do it, because that's when the kill happens. It happens in the last bullets. You can only really get one kill per magazine, per amount of bullets you have in that gun. You can only really get one kill. If you get 2 kills, you've probably got a sniper or a power weapon. But with the assault rifle and the battle rifle, you're probably only going to get 1 kill per magazine, and that is important to keep in mind, because it leads into the second tip of 2v1s, 3v1s and 4v1s. You can't win them in this game unless you're grenading people and outplaying and catching people way off guard. If 2 people are looking at you and you're shooting them, you pretty much can't win. And this pretty much means that when you are with your teammates, you have a much better chance of not dying and killing people in 2v2 scenarios or 2v1s. So stick with your teammates if you're not as confident, because they're going to help you tag the other people, get trades. Trades are quite important, because there's the respawn timer in this game, which if 2 of the enemies are dead and your whole team's alive, that's very useful for objective play and capturing flags and holding the oddball, or there's 2 types of flags, so I was trying to figure out which type of flag. When you play capture the flag, you're getting that, and then capturing like the zones, I guess you could call them. So a couple little tips in there to let you guys know. Next, I think that's all. I think I've covered pretty much everything in my 5 tips video. A lot of extra bonus tips for you guys. So I think that's probably all for today's video. If you liked it, if you learned something new, please drop a like. It's going to help me in the algorithm a lot. Subscribe if you want more of these videos, more Halo content if you like me in general. And I will see you guys hopefully pretty soon. See ya.